Let's be honest, have you ever looked at your planner and just seen a list? A bunch of tasks and meetings that feel totally separate from what you're actually trying to do with your life? We have all been there. But what if that planner, that same notebook, could become something more? What if it could be a living record of your partnership with the divine? Okay, let's dive into exactly how to make that happen. So that's what we're going to get into today. We're talking about a method that turns your daily planning into a really powerful spiritual practice. It's all about shifting from just, listing what you did, to actually creating a personal testimony, a real story of your daily walk with your higher power. And just look at the difference here. I mean, it's night and day, right? On the left, you've got the typical entry. It's accurate, sure, but it's totally flat. It's a grocery list of your day. But on the right, wow, that's a personal scripture. It's a real story. It has a challenge, a moment of choice, and a breakthrough. This right here, this is the transformation we're talking about. So how do you get from that grocery list on the left to the personal scripture on the right? Well, that's where this framework comes in. It's called the DIEN Cycle. It's a super simple 4-step process that's really designed to help you structure your day as a true partnership with the divine. And getting started is incredibly easy. Seriously, you just take whatever planner you already have, and for each day, you draw a simple cross to divide the space into 4 boxes. That's it. Each one of these little quadrants is going to hold a different piece of the puzzle, a different layer of your reality for that day. And here are the 4 steps that those quadrants are for. It actually spells out the name of the cycle itself, DIEN. First, we have direction, then imagery. Next step is execution. And finally, the one that ties it all together, narrative. This is our roadmap for the day, so let's break each part down. Okay, so let's start with the first 3 steps, direction, imagery, and execution. You can think of these as your daytime steps. This is the part of the process that takes you from that quiet moment of intention in the morning all the way through taking action and just observing what happens. So step 1 is direction. This is what you do first thing in the morning, right after prayer or meditation. And this part is absolutely crucial. This is not your to-do list. It's not about what your ego wants to get done. It's about listening. It's about writing down one single line, ideally in blue ink, that captures that still, small voice telling you what heaven is asking of you today. Step 2 is imagery, and this is fun. It's basically a mental simulation. You grab a pencil or a gray pen, and you write out how you see yourself successfully carrying out that direction. You're basically pre-celebrating the win. It's like you're creating a mental movie of your success before the day even gets going. Then we have execution. Throughout the day, using a black pen, you just record the facts. That's it. This is not the place for your feelings or your interpretations, just the raw, objective data. Stayed quiet, team members spoke up, project moved forward. These simple facts become like little arrows pointing you toward insights later on. Okay, so you've gotten your direction, you've visualized success, and you've recorded the facts of the day. Now we get to the final and, I would say, most important step. The N in DIEN. This is the narrative report. And honestly, this is where the real magic happens. This is where the transformation takes place. At the end of your day, you grab a red pen, and the narrative report is basically a short, brutally honest note to your higher power. You talk about what you did and what you didn't do, where you succeeded and where you completely missed the mark. It's this total, unfiltered honesty that actually opens the door for clearer direction tomorrow. Now, let's just be clear about what this isn't. I think we've all written journal entries like this, right? Spoke at the meeting, created documents, grateful. It's a list. It might be true, but it doesn't tell a story. It has absolutely zero connection to the direction you got in the morning. And now look at this. It just makes the difference so clear. This narrative connects everything. It remembers the morning's direction about humility. It identifies a specific challenge, and it gives credit to the source of the breakthrough. Do you see that shift? It's not a report about a higher power, it's a conversation with your higher power. It's the story of what happened between you two today. So yeah, the biggest mindset shift here is to let go of this idea that you're writing a formal report. You're not an employee filing a progress update. You're a co-author, and you're writing the story of your day with the divine. The whole goal is just to capture it exactly as it happened, all the messy parts and all the miracles. But why? Why is this story format so important? Why not just stick with the easy bullet points? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. According to the source material, the act of crafting this narrative actually unlocks 3 specific spiritual miracles. So let's really lean into this question for a second. Why a narrative report? Why go to all this extra trouble at the end of a long day? What does turning facts into a story actually do for us on a spiritual level?
Well, here's the payoff. Let's break these down. First, there's integration. The narrative takes all those separate little facts you wrote down in black ink and it weaves them into a meaningful personal experience. It connects the dots. Second, it's a testimony. It's your way of saying back to the divine, hey, I didn't just hear you. I understood the lesson. And third, it anchors your self-efficacy. When you see your struggles as a story, you can see your own resilience. It strengthens your spiritual muscles and proves to you that you can, in fact, do hard things.
Now, as we start to wrap this up, I think it's so important to just give yourself permission for this to be messy. This whole process is not about creating some beautiful Instagram-worthy journal. It's about real, authentic engagement. Let me be really clear. Your planner is going to get messy. You're going to have scribbles, things you cross out, maybe even a coffee stain or two. And that is more than okay. It's actually a good thing. Those marks aren't mistakes. They are the sacred evidence of your real, living, breathing partnership with the divine. And here's a really great pro tip. That color coding we've been talking about, it's not just to keep things organized. It's a powerful psychological trick. Using those different colors, blue for direction, gray for your plan, black for the facts, and red for the story, it's a physical way to help your brain switch gears so you can show up more fully to each part of the process.
And at the end of the day, let's not lose sight of the big picture here. Every single day of your life is an essential, one-of-a-kind chapter in heaven's grand story. And when you choose to skip writing your narrative report, that page, it's just left blank. Your story is the proof that you didn't just exist that day. You lived in partnership. So I guess this is the final thought, the big takeaway from this whole idea. Stop treating your life like a grocery list of things to get done. Start treating it and recording it like the sacred personal scripture it is truly meant to be.